Hello everybody, it's Kayla with the Celebration Company. Let's make just a simple but kind of just fun little sign, or it could also be an ornament. We are going to use one of these signs with the bead hanger from Dollar Tree. And so I'm just going to go ahead and get this out of the wrapper, the plastic that's around it. So you can see it just has a cute little simple wood bead hanger. So here's what we're gonna do though, okay? Something a little bit different and unexpected. I actually want to put some red beads as the hanger because this is gonna be Christmassy. So I'm gonna see if I can just pull this right off. And all it did was just pull it out instead of pulling the staple off, but that's okay. Staples are no big deal. All right, y'all, I'm just gonna stick all these beads in my stash and we'll use those for something else. Before we put the bead garland on, we're gonna do the inside. Now I'm gonna leave the frame white. So this frame is already white. I'm gonna leave it white. And don't forget, I've done this to myself before, but don't forget that with these little frames, the back comes out. Okay, so you can use it for anything, all right? It does not have to be for this particular image, okay? So if you don't like that, it says keep that same energy. If you don't like this image, then you can do something else. You could even do something as simple as just printing something off on your computer, okay? But what we're gonna do today is we're going to give the background sort of a shiplap look. So I'm going to take some tongue depressor sized popsicle sticks and I am going to be just putting them all over my little sign. And I'm just going to kind of, give them just a smidgen of a gap, not much. And I'm just going to end up painting the whole thing. Okay, so that's the plan. All right. So we're going to take our glue gun, and it's not, I don't think, warm enough yet. So let's wait a minute on that part. We'll come back to that. All right, here's the other thing we're going to do. So what are we going to put on it besides the shiplap? We're going to do a tree. But instead of doing a wood tree or something like that, we're going to do metal. So I'm going to use one of the cookie sheets from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to use these as sort of my template. So these are the create your own ornaments from Dollar Tree. They're an 8th piece. There's 8 of them in here. I'm just going to use one and it's going to be reusable. I'm just using it right now just as a template. So I'm just going to lay it down just because that's easiest, to just use something you've already got as a template. So even if you don't have this exact tree, just use something that will fit inside your frame. I'm just going to trace this directly onto my metal. Now, I'm not going to trace this star because I don't want the star. I just want it to be a tree. You can do it however you want to. Also, the good thing about this is that we will not have the little hole in the top. Okay, because we don't really want that hole in the top. So now I'm just going to cut this out so you can see. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's very hard to see, but you can see a little bit of a line there. So we just outlined that, and now I'm just going to cut it out. And I tried to keep it right onto the texture, the pattern part of the metal. I'm just going to cut it out real quick, and then I'll come back and do the fine details so I don't have the rest of this tray to deal with. And then we can just flip this over after we've cut it out and use the other side as the front so we don't see any marks from how we traced our tree. But this stuff cuts very easy if you've never used it before. It's very simple to use. it cuts almost just like aluminum foil. It's a little bit thicker than aluminum foil. So very easy, I promise. And so I'm just creating just a tree shape at the top, just bringing it up to a point since we're not using that star. Okay, so here is our tree. Just kind of, you can straighten it back out, okay? Super duper simple. We'll throw these little cut pieces away. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my background now. And so we're just gonna take, and you can do it on the back if you want. I'm just gonna do it right on the front since it's already white. I'm not especially worried about the letters. I think I'll be able to cover them up. So, and I'm just putting it right at the top. Now, I haven't trimmed them or anything. I will come back after I get them all on and just chop off the excess popsicle stick. And I'm going to put them right up next to each other, but I am just leaving just a slight little bit of space. Okay, y'all, so this is what it looks like when you're done. We used 7 popsicle sticks, okay, to get it completely covered. As you can see, there is a little bit of that black handwriting showing through, but it's not going to be an issue because we are going to paint this all white, and so we'll kind of be able to cover up that, in that crack, we'll be able to cover up that handwriting, okay? So we're going to grab our scissors. And now we've got just sort of like a template of where to cut off the excess popsicle stick. So I'm just following the outline of that piece that goes inside our frame. Just cutting off the excess. And popsicle sticks, if you didn't know, they cut off very easily with scissors. They're nice and thin. Okay, so there we go. There's our little shiplap background. I'm going to go ahead and give this a coat of white paint so it can be drying. So there's our little shiplap background. We're going to set this aside and let it dry. And now we're going to work on, and I just did 1 coat, y'all. Those popsicle sticks are so light anyways that you really don't need 2 coats. So we're going to use take our little tree, and I'm going to flip it over. Either side is fine. So we'll use our tree, and I'm going to take a makeup sponge, and we're going to do 2 different colors on here. We're going to start with black. Actually, I'm not going to use black. I'm going to use a deep gray. So I'm going to use multi-surface dark granite. Okay, from Apple Barrel. You can find these at Walmart for like 49 cents. And then I'm also going to use the multi-surface milk chocolate. Okay. All right. So we're going to start with, I'm going to grab a paper towel. And what we're going to do is just sponge it on to give this sort of a more aged, older, like rusty look. That was way too much paint, Kayla. And then the brown is going to be like our rusty kind of a look. Okay. So I just put a little bit of the gray onto the makeup sponge. And then I'm just going to dab a lot of it off, all right? Then we're just going to go over our aluminum foil or our aluminum pan, our tree with this gray. And what that's going to do is it's just going to kind of get rid of that really shiny look and just help to give it a little bit more of a antiqued sort of older metal look. And it's good for there to be some spots that are a little bit darker than others. You don't necessarily want it to be even in color. So you can go back in and just get some darker, be able to kind of get darker spots. All right, so I'm gonna dry this and then I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so this is what it looks after you add the gray on there, okay? Then you're gonna take the brown and you're gonna do the same thing, just a little less. So with the brown, you don't really wanna completely cover the tree. The brown is gonna act as rust. So however much rust you want there to be, that is how much you're gonna put on your tree. So I feel like I lightly tap it on. I don't go all in with it. I just want it to be sort of in spots with the rust. Okay, looks awesome. You dry this real quick. I'm gonna dry our shiplap, our background as well. This is also very quick, you guys. It does involve some painting, but it goes so quickly. It's super simple, but it's gonna be adorable. This would be great on a tiered tray. This would be great as an ornament. It would be super cute in like a little vignette or something like that. So lots of options with this. Okay. So before we put our stuff in here, we're going to put our bead garland on, or our bead hanger rather. So I am just going to eyeball how big I want it to be. And then I'm just gonna, I might have to restring it. I don't know, because I don't want it to, I think the string might be too short. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'll get it out eventually. I put my beads into my paint. Let's see if I can get that wiped off. Okay. So in order to keep these from coming off, I just take a piece of paper or a piece of tape and just wrap it around the end, okay? So that way they're nice and secure. They're not gonna fall off. I think what I'm gonna do is string this onto some wire so that it'll hold its shape a little bit better. And whenever you have wire that looks like mine, okay, nice and just messy, all crinkled up and stuff, my trick is I just will take a marker or a pencil, something like that, and I just run it in between my finger and the marker, and just that helps to sort of smooth it out and straighten it a little bit. Okay, like that. So I'm just going to take one end and just sort of fold it over and make like a little loop so I don't lose my beads. And then I'm just going to string my beads on. And you don't have to do this step, but I sometimes like it when you can see the beads, and the beads, even if you're not going to use the hanger to hang it, it's sometimes nice to still see the beads. So that's why we're going to put it on some wire. And you could totally just keep this neutral if you are neutral for Christmas, or do whatever color you want to do. Okay, now if you have a staple gun, then you could staple these right back on just the way they were. I don't have a staple gun handy, so I'm just gonna hot glue them on. So I'm gonna use a little bit of hot glue just right in the same spot they were before. I'm gonna put a little hot glue on top as well, and just take a popsicle stick, a small one, and just cut a small little piece off of the popsicle stick like this. And we're just going to add that on top, and it's just going to be a little bit of extra something to hold our beads on. And I did the unlooped side first. So we're just going to put this on and let it dry or cool, and then we'll just move all our beads back. It's not cool yet. We need to let it cool. And then we'll just do the same thing with the other end. I just sort of pulled back that little loop that I had made. Let me cut a piece here. You can also use ribbon in place of the popsicle stick to hold it on. I have done that many times as well. Just something to kind of add a little bit of extra stability. And then what we're going to do is just cut off the excess with our wire cutters. There's a little wire here. So I'll just snip that off. Okay, there we go. Isn't that cute? Okay, so I'm going to put my background in before I put my tree on. Look how adorable that is. Oh my word, that's so cute. Okay, let's check out our tree in here. Okay, I'm liking it. So we're just going to use some hot glue, put our tree on. Just going to put some hot glue all over it. Be careful because the aluminum, you know, does get a little hot. Okay, I'm going to use my silicone finger protectors to just push this down. For 2 reasons. 1, because it's hot. 2, because the paint has not cured yet. And so the finger protector is a little bit better of a surface than my finger, and it's not going to pull off the paint. But that is another reason why I use the multi-surface paints, because they are going to hold up better on metal. Okay, so this is so cute. So we could just leave it just like this, but I do feel like it needs a little something extra. Y'all know what I'm thinking. You know exactly what I'm thinking. So I just have to decide though what. Okay, I like this one. So this striped ribbon here came from Dollar Tree. It is a grosgrain ribbon. It is good quality ribbon. Y'all, they had bows at Dollar Tree, like poofy gift bows, and that were just stapled together. All I did was just take that staple out, and now I have it makes like quite a bit of ribbon. I had like at least 2.5, 3 yards of ribbon. So I'm just gonna make a simple little bow here, okay? So I'm gonna cross it over like this, almost like a you know, a ribbon, okay? A breast cancer ribbon, something like that. So cross it over like that, and then cross it again, just like this, okay? Then I'm just going to take another piece of ribbon, something thinner, And I'm just going to tie this right in the middle. And when I do that, I like to just sort of hold my finger on the ribbons as I'm pulling it tight, because we want it to cinch and gather, not fold in half. And so sometimes if you just let it be, it's going to end up just folding like this instead of just gathering up, okay? All right, y'all. Let's just cut off this excess here. And then I'm just going to cut the tails. I think I want to, you know, make the, fold it and cut it so that it's got little V cut out of it. Alrighty. And then I'm just going to glue this, hot glue this up to the top, and this thing is done. So darn simple, so quick. And how cute. I just love the shiplap on here. I love that with the white frame. And you could paint the frame. They do have several different colors of the frame. I believe they have black, neutral, and white. Okay, or sort of like a wood look. But check that out. Oh my goodness. So dang cute. So dang cute. So there you have it, you guys. Super simple. Mostly Dollar Tree items except for the wood beads. I hope that you all enjoyed this craft, and I will see you very soon. Talk to you later. Bye.